Hi everybody. Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today, we will dive deep into the gripping drama unfolding in Port Charles on Thursday, July 3rd, as suspicions swirl, allegiances are tested, and dangerous feuds threaten to destroy lives. From Marco Rios' relentless pursuit of the truth behind Natalia Ramirez's tragic overdose to Sonny Corinthos' ruthless willingness to sacrifice anyone in his path, this episode promises a roller coaster of emotions and shocking revelations. Let's unpack the intricate web of secrets, betrayals, and hidden agendas as we explore every angle of this explosive storyline, complete with new details and imaginative twists to heighten intrigue, unraveling the mystery of Natalia's overdose. In the heart of Port Charles, a dark cloud hangs over the hospital as Marco Rios refuses to accept the surface-level explanations surrounding Natalia Ramirez's devastating overdose. Marco, known for his sharp instincts and unwavering loyalty to those he cares about, senses a deeper, more sinister truth lurking beneath the official reports. As he paces the sterile hospital corridors, his mind races with unanswered questions. Why would Natalia, a woman with a fierce will to survive, make such a fatal decision? Marco's gut tells him that someone or something pushed her to this tragic end. Perhaps there's a hidden connection to a past trauma that Natalia kept buried, a secret that someone didn't want unearthed. Adding fuel to Marco's suspicions, new whispers in town suggest that Natalia might have stumbled upon sensitive information before her untimely collapse. Could it be linked to a powerful figure in Port Charles who had every reason to silence her? Marco's determination to dig deeper puts him at odds with those who prefer the case closed, setting the stage for a personal crusade that could either redeem Natalia's memory or drag Marco into a deadly game of cat and mouse. As he pieces together fragments of Natalia's final days, viewers can expect Marco to uncover cryptic messages or hidden clues, perhaps a half-written note found tucked in her belongings that point to a larger conspiracy. Sonny's dangerous gambit and collateral damage. Meanwhile, Sonny Corinthos, the enigmatic and often controversial figure at the center of Port Charles' underworld, finds himself in a precarious position as his feud with the ruthless Jen Sidwell escalates to new heights. Sonny, never one to back down from a fight, makes a chilling decision. If Marco Rios, Jen's own son, gets caught in the crossfire of this bitter rivalry, so be it. This cold calculation reveals a darker side of Sonny, one hardened by years of betrayal and loss. But what drives Sonny to such extremes? Perhaps it's a buried fear that Jen holds a devastating trump card, a secret from Sonny's past that could shatter his empire overnight. Sonny's willingness to let Marco become collateral damage sends shockwaves through his inner circle, with some allies questioning whether his thirst for vengeance has blinded him to the moral cost. Imagine a tense late-night meeting in the dim light of Sonny's office, where trusted confidants like Jason Morgan urge caution, warning that targeting Marco could provoke Jen into an all-out war. Yet Sonny remains unmoved, his jaw set with determination as he reveals a hidden motive. He believes Marco is more complicit in his father's schemes than anyone realizes. Could Sonny have intercepted a coded message or overheard a damning conversation that implicates Marco in Jen's deadly plans? This episode will leave viewers on edge as Sonny's dangerous gamble threatens to ignite a firestorm across Port Charles. Deception and discontent at the Quartermain estate. Over at the Quartermain mansion, tension brews as Brooklyn Quartermain delivers unsettling news to her grandmother, Tracy Quartermain, about Sonny's second investment in deception. The funds, initially seen as a lifeline for the struggling company, now carry the taint of suspicion, with whispers of illicit origins circulating among the elite. Tracy, ever the skeptic, lets out a frustrated sigh, her piercing gaze cutting through the room as she declares herself absolutely livid at being proven right. From the start, she had warned against entangling their family business with Sonny's shadowy dealings, fearing that his money would come with invisible strings attached. This revelation could spell disaster for Deception's future, as Tracy begins to suspect that Sonny might be using the company as a front for laundering money or worse. Picture Tracy poring over financial records late into the night, her sharp mind connecting dots that others have missed. Perhaps she uncovers a discrepancy in the paperwork, a fictitious supplier, or an inflated expense that hints at Sonny's true intentions. As Brooklyn grapples with the ethical dilemma of whether to confront Sonny directly, Tracy plots a counterstrategy, determined to protect the Quartermain legacy at all costs. Will their actions expose Sonny's schemes, or will they unwittingly draw his wrath upon their family? A sinister shadow at Metro Court. At the hospital, Anna Devane receives a critical update from Metro Court security that could crack open the mystery of Natalia's overdose. Harrison Chase, ever the dedicated detective, leans in eagerly, asking if the footage reveals anything useful. Their investigation centers on a mysterious figure spotted lurking outside Natalia's suite in her final hour. Some man General Hospital fans know to be Paul, Sonny's loyal but dangerous henchman. But what was Paul doing there? Was he merely following orders, or does he harbor his own vendetta against Natalia for reasons yet to be revealed? Anna and Chase wrestle with multiple theories, from the haunting possibility that Natalia took her own life to the chilling notion that her death scene was meticulously staged. Adding to the puzzle, they note that Natalia's suitcase was packed, suggesting she was poised to flee Port Charles. Could she have been running from a threat only she knew about, perhaps a cryptic warning delivered in the dead of night? As Anna sifts through security tapes, imagine her pausing on a grainy frame that captures a second shadowy figure in the background, someone unaccounted for in their investigation. This new detail might force Anna to revisit old enemies from her past, wondering if Natalia became an unintended casualty in a long-simmering conflict. The stakes couldn't be higher as they race to uncover the truth before more lives are lost. Fire and fury, Christina's narrow escape. In another corner of Port Charles, danger strikes close to home as Marco Rios heroically saves Christina Corinthos Davis from a raging inferno at Charlie's pub. The timing of Marco's intervention feels almost perfect, raising eyebrows among Sonny and Jason Morgan. Is Marco truly the knight in shining armor he appears to be, or is this rescue part of a larger, more sinister agenda tied to his father, Jen Sidwell? Sonny, in particular, harbors deep misgivings, his instincts warning him that Marco might be playing a double game, feeding information back to Jens while gaining the trust of the Corinthos family. The aftermath of the blaze leaves Jocelyn Jacks reeling with anger as she storms to the crime scene, venting her frustrations to Vaughn. Her words drip with venom as she accuses Sonny of dragging everyone around him into a vortex of chaos and destruction. Sonny Corinthos is a walking curse, leaving death in his wake, she cries, her voice trembling with rage and fear. Jocelyn's fury is compounded by the recent near-death experience of her brother, Michael Corinthos, and another fire linked to Sonny's enemies. Could there be a pattern here, a deliberate campaign by Jens to target Sonny's loved ones through orchestrated disasters? As Jocelyn grapples with her family's vulnerability, viewers will see her resolve harden, perhaps pushing her to take drastic measures to shield Christina from Sonny's orbit. Conflicted hearts and hidden truths. Amid the chaos, Giovanni Gil Palmieri finds a moment of solace as he opens up to him, a Scorpio Drake, about the growing unease in his heart. The constant warnings about the perils of aligning with Sonny are starting to sink in, each near tragedy serving as a stark reminder of the risks. Joe might confess a personal memory, a cherished family story of loss tied to organized crime that makes Sonny's world feel all the more suffocating. As Emma listens with empathy, their bond deepens, hinting at a potential alliance that could either save Joe from Sonny's influence or pull Emma into the danger zone alongside him. Imagine Joe and Emma sharing a quiet moment at the pier, the moonlight reflecting off the water as he voices his fear of losing his identity to the darkness of Port Charles' underworld. This vulnerable exchange could plant seeds of rebellion in Gio's mind, prompting him to seek a way out before it's too late. But with Sonny's watchful eyes everywhere, any move Joe makes could come at a steep price, setting up a heartbreaking conflict between loyalty and self-preservation in future episodes. Tracy's secret maneuvers. Finally, the master strategist Tracy Quartermain prepares to unveil a few surprises of her own as she crafts her next move against the mounting threats to her family's empire. Known for her cunning and unyielding resolve, Tracy isn't content to sit idly by while Sonny's influence creeps closer. Perhaps she's already set in motion a clandestine partnership with an old rival of Sonny's, someone with insider knowledge of his vulnerabilities. Picture Tracy meeting this mysterious ally in a dimly lit cafe on the outskirts of town, exchanging coded phrases to ensure their plan remains under wraps. Tracy's schemes might involve planting false information to mislead Sonny or leveraging deception's resources to uncover damning evidence against him. Whatever her strategy, one thing is certain, Tracy will stop at nothing to safeguard the Quartermain name, even if it means playing a dangerous game of deception herself. As this episode draws to a close, viewers are left with a tantalizing glimpse of Tracy's machinations, promising more twists and turns in the battle for power in Port Charles. Next, we will unravel a chilling mystery that has gripped the hearts of Port Charles residents and fans alike with unsettling suspicion that someone is stalking baby Daisy. In this thrilling exploration of the latest drama, we delve into the twisted possibilities of who might be behind this creepy intrusion, with surprising theories pointing fingers at familiar faces like Willow, Michael, and even unexpected suspects. Buckle up as we expand on every detail with creative rephrasing, imaginative new elements, and deeper insights into the eerie happenings surrounding little Daisy. From whispered conspiracies to hidden motives, this episode promises to keep you on the edge of your seat. A sinister presence haunting baby Daisy. In the quiet corners of Port Charles, a disturbing shadow looms over the innocent life of baby Daisy, sending shivers down the spines of those closest to her. Recent episodes of General Hospital have dropped subtle yet terrifying hints that someone is watching, perhaps even intruding into the sanctity of her nursery. The idea of a stalker fixated on a defenseless child has ignited a firestorm of speculation among fans, with every glance and whispered rumor adding layers to this unsettling puzzle. Could this be a random act of malice, or is there a deeply personal vendetta driving someone to cross such a horrifying line? Imagine the chilling moment when Sasha, Daisy's fiercely protective mother, notices something amiss, a toy misplaced, a faint unfamiliar scent lingering in the air. Perhaps she discovers a tiny trinket, a keepsake not belonging to her family, left deliberately on Daisy's crib as a taunting message. This new detail heightens the stakes, suggesting the stalker isn't just watching but wants Sasha to know they've been there. As fear grips her heart, Sasha begins to question everyone around her, wondering if a trusted friend or family member could harbor such a dark obsession. The tension in Port Charles thickens as this mystery promises to unravel secrets that could shatter lives. Fan theories ignite. Is Willow the culprit? Among the swirling theories, one name keeps surfacing with alarming frequency: Willow. For many General Hospital devotees, the idea that Willow might be behind the stalking of baby Daisy feels like a gut punch, given her seemingly gentle nature. Yet, whispers of her unraveling mental state have grown louder, fueled by her heartbreaking losses of custody over Wiley and Amelia. Could grief and desperation have pushed Willow over the edge, convincing her that Daisy is somehow the child she was meant to raise? Fans on social media are buzzing with comments like, "Willow might have finally snappages acting out of a twisted maternal instinct." Expanding on this theory, let's imagine Willow's inner turmoil as she sits alone in her dimly lit apartment, surrounded by photos of the children she's lost. Perhaps she's been secretly following Sasha, watching Daisy from a distance during park outings, her longing morphing into a dangerous obsession. A new detail could emerge. A neighbor spots Willow lingering near Sasha's home late at night, clutching a small stuffed animal identical to one Daisy owns. This sighting could be the breadcrumb that leads Sasha to confront Willow, setting up a dramatic showdown where buried resentments and raw pain explode to the surface. The possibility of Willow's involvement adds a heartbreaking layer to this mystery, forcing viewers to question how far someone might go to reclaim what they've lost. Michael's ruthless return, a dark motive. Another shocking contender in the stalker speculation is none other than Michael Corinthos, whose return to Port Charles has been marked by a hardened, almost unrecognizable demeanor. Fans have noted his cold pragmatism, with some recalling a tense scene where he urged Sasha to alter her will, ensuring he'd gain full custody of Daisy if anything happened to her. Online discussions are rife with suspicion, as one viewer remarked. Michael came back ruthless. There's something off about his fixation on control. Could his desire for dominance over his family's future have twisted into something far more sinister? Let's paint a vivid picture of Michael's potential involvement. Perhaps late at night, he stands outside Sasha's window, his face shrouded in darkness, wrestling with a complex mix of guilt and determination. A new twist might reveal that Michael blames Sasha for past betrayals, maybe an old argument over trust or loyalty that never healed, and sees controlling Daisy as a way to right perceived wrongs. Imagine if Sasha discovers a hidden recording device in her home, planted by someone with intimate knowledge of her routines, pointing directly to Michael's calculated involvement. This angle transforms Michael from a protective figure into a potential predator, leaving fans reeling as they grapple with the idea of a beloved character turning to such dark tactics. Wiley's unlikely role, a child's innocence or deception. A wild card theory gaining traction among GH enthusiasts suggests that young Wiley, despite his tender age, might somehow be linked to the eerie events surrounding Daisy. Though the actor portraying Wiley appears young, recent dialogue pegged his character at 9 years old, prompting fans to speculate on his involvement. One online comment mused, Wiley might be influenced by Drew's words. Something got to him. Could a child, caught in the crossfire of adult conflicts, be acting out in ways no one suspects? Perhaps guided by an unseen hand. Consider a haunting new detail. Sasha finds a crude drawing tucked under Daisy's blanket, unmistakably in a child's hand, depicting a shadowy figure looming over a crib. Could Wiley, burdened by overheard arguments or cryptic warnings from adults, be expressing fierce or even participating in a scheme orchestrated by someone manipulating his innocence? Maybe he's been sneaking around under the influence of a mysterious figure, someone who's promised him answers about his own fractured family. This theory casts Wiley as both victim and possible accomplice, adding a tragic dimension to the story as it explores how the sins of the adults in Port Charles ripple down to corrupt even the youngest hearts. The onesie clue, a deliberate taunt. A pivotal clue in this mystery comes from a fan observation about Daisy's clothing, the different colored onesie than the one Sasha dressed her in, noticed after an unsettling moment of realization that someone had been in her room. As one viewer pointed out online, it's too sloppy for Sidwell or his goons to change Daisy's outfit, and tips Sasha off. Willow makes more sense as the intruder. This detail suggests the stalker isn't just invading for surveillance but wants Sasha to feel violated, to know her sanctuary has been breached. It's a psychological game, one that hints at a deeply personal grudge. Let's expand this clue with a chilling twist. Perhaps Sasha finds a tiny embroidered initial on the new onesie, a letter that matches the first name of someone she once trusted implicitly. This discovery could send her spiraling into paranoia, replaying every interaction with friends and family to pinpoint who might harbor such malice. Imagine her rifling through old photo albums or keepsakes, trying to recall if that initial ties to a forgotten feud or a buried betrayal. The onesie incident transforms from a mere violation into a taunting riddle, pushing Sasha to question her reality and driving a wedge between her and those she holds dear. The psychological toll of this intrusion promises to be a central theme, as Sasha fights to protect her daughter from an enemy hiding in plain sight. Sidwell's shadow, a red herring or true threat. While many fans dismiss Jen Sidwell as the stalker due to the clumsiness of the onesie swap, his name still lingers as a potential threat in Port Charles. Known for his ruthless schemes, Sidwell has every reason to target those close to his enemies, and Daisy could be a pawn in a larger vendetta. However, as one fan argued, Sidwell wouldn't be so obvious. Changing an outfit screams personal, not professional. Still, could Sidwell be orchestrating from the shadows, hiring someone emotionally unstable to do his dirty work while keeping his hands clean? Picture a shadowy meeting in a derelict warehouse on the edge of town, where Sidwell instructs a desperate underling, perhaps a disgraced former nanny with a grudge against Sasha, to infiltrate her life as a means of psychological warfare. A new element could emerge, a cryptic phone call Sasha overhears, mentioning the child in connection with a debt owed to Sidwell. This would muddy the waters, making viewers wonder if Sidwell is indeed the mastermind or merely a convenient scapegoat for the true stalker's actions. The uncertainty surrounding Sidwell's role keeps the tension alive, ensuring that every suspect remains viable until the shocking truth is revealed. The community reacts, fear and speculation run wild. The General Hospital fanbase has erupted with theories and debates, flooding online forums with passionate takes on who might be tormenting baby Daisy. From emotional pleas for Willow to get help if she's behind this to fierce arguments over Michael's transformed persona, the community's investment in this storyline is palpable. One fan speculated, if it's Willow, it's about losing Wiley, and Amuliash might think Daisy fills that void. Another countered, Michael's control issues are the real red flag, is playing a long game. These diverse perspectives highlight the complexity of the narrative, where every character's past pain could be a motive. Imagine a town hall meeting in Port Charles, hastily organized as news of the stalking spreads, where neighbors and friends voice their fears and suspicions. Perhaps a local gossip reveals a sighting of an unfamiliar car parked near Sasha's home multiple nights in a row, fueling new theories about an outsider's involvement. This communal unrest adds a layer of realism to the drama, showing how fear can fracture even the tightest-knit communities. As fans and characters alike wrestle with uncertainty, the storyline becomes a mirror reflecting our own anxieties about safety and trust, keeping viewers hooked on every twist. Next, We will explore a tantalizing new chapter in the ever-dramatic world of Port Charles, where a seductive game of wits and charm is set to unfold. At the heart of this brewing storm is none other than Sonny Corinthos, whose knack for weaving romance into his dangerous schemes might just be his ticket out of a legal bind with Ada Justine Turner. From flirtatious sparks at a seemingly innocent baseball game to a high-stakes battle of deception, this storyline promises to keep fans glued to their screens. Join us as we dive deep into every facet of this cat-and-mouse dance, reimagining the narrative with fresh details, creative twists, and expanded perspectives on the characters' intricate motives. A seductive showdown on the horizon. In the shadowy underbelly of Port Charles, a new game of allure and strategy is taking shape, pitting the infamous Sonny Corinthos against the determined Ada Justine Turner. What begins as playful banter and lingering glances during a casual baseball game at the local field soon escalates into something far more dangerous. Sonny, with his magnetic presence and silver tongue, is no stranger to using personal connections to dodge legal bullets. But can he weave his charm around Turner, a woman whose ambition to bring him down burns as fiercely as any courtroom battle? This isn't just a fleeting flirtation, it's a chess match where every move counts. Picture the scene at the ballpark, the sun setting over the bleachers, the crowd's cheers fading into background noise as Sonny offers Turner a sly smile while handing her a soda, his casual demeanor masking a calculated intent. Perhaps he drops a subtle compliment about her tenacity, a comment that catches her off guard and plants the first seed of doubt about her mission. This new layer of personal interaction hints at Sonny's strategy to arm her with kindness before she can strike. As the game progresses, both on the field and between these two players, the tension simmers, leaving viewers wondering if romance will be Sonny's ultimate weapon or his downfall. Sonny's history with legal liaisons. Sonny's past is a tapestry of tangled romances, particularly with women of the law, and this latest flirtation with Turner echoes those storied entanglements. Fans will recall his passionate affair with Alexis Davis, the mother of his daughter Christina Corinthos Davis, a relationship that blended legal savvy with undeniable chemistry. Even more striking was his dalliance over a decade ago with Claire Walsh, a driven prosecutor whose career goal of locking Sonny away crumbled under the weight of her feelings for him. Like Turner, Claire was a force to be reckoned with, yet Sonny's charm turned her from hunter to hunted in a heartbeat. Let's imagine a reflective moment for Sonny as he sits alone in his dimly lit office, a glass of scotch in hand, reminiscing about Claire. Perhaps he pulls out an old photograph of them at a charity gala, her stern expression softened by a rare smile, a reminder of how close he came to losing everything. This memory could fuel his approach with Turner. Knowing what worked before, he might decide to orchestrate a similar slow burn, inviting her to a seemingly innocuous dinner under the guise of clearing the air. But this time, there's a twist. Sonny admits to himself in a private confession to Dante Falconeri that he's not rebounding as he was with Claire. Instead, he sees Turner as a mirror of his own cunning, a challenge he's eager to conquer. This deeper emotional context adds complexity to Sonny's game, making fans question whether his heart might get caught in his own trap. Who holds the darker secret, Sonny or Turner? At the core of this seductive duel lies a burning question: who is the true devil in disguise? Sonny, with his history of manipulating emotions to protect his empire, certainly plays the part of a seasoned trickster. Yet Turner, potentially an undercover operative posing as a mere prosecutor, carries her own hidden agenda, hoping to catch Sonny off guard and dismantle his criminal network. Her sharp intellect and steely resolve make her a formidable opponent, but does she underestimate the depth of Sonny's defenses, especially after his recent fallout with a close female friend? Dive into a new angle where Sonny's wariness is heightened by the bitter taste of betrayal left by his experience with Natalia Ramirez. Perhaps in a quiet moment, he confides in a trusted ally like Jason Morgan about how Natalia's unrequited feelings left him shaken, reinforcing his decision to keep walls up around Turner. A fresh detail could emerge amid Sonny discovers a hidden recording of a conversation where Turner probes a witness about Natalia's connection to him, confirming his suspicion that she's using past relationships as leverage. Meanwhile, Turner's mixed signals, especially after receiving a mysterious gift of a baseball glove from Sonny as a test of her interest, reveal her own inner conflict. Imagine her late at night, staring at the glove on her desk, torn between professional duty and a flicker of personal intrigue. This layered dynamic paints both characters as equally deceptive, heightening the stakes of their game. A calculated dance of cat and mouse. This unfolding drama is nothing short of a meticulously crafted game of cat and mouse, with each player vying to outsmart the other. Sunny, having tested the waters with subtle gestures like the baseball glove, now dives headfirst into the fray, determined to use Turner's barely concealed attraction to his advantage. While he has no intention of causing her genuine harm, like he never meant to mislead, Natalia is not above exploiting her feelings to gain the upper hand. His ultimate goal: divert her razor-sharp focus from his illicit businesses and onto a personal distraction. Envision a charged encounter at a local diner, where Sunny orchestrates a chance meeting with Turner, his casual charm on full display as he reminisces about simpler times over coffee. A new twist could be introduced. Perhaps he drops a fabricated story about a charity project he's funding, designed to paint him as a misunderstood benefactor rather than a criminal mastermind. Turner, caught between suspicion and curiosity, might play along, probing for cracks in his story while privately noting how his every word seems rehearsed. This scene underscores Sunny's knack for staying one step ahead, weaving a web of half-truths to keep her off balance, as he works to maintain control without crossing into genuine emotional territory. Viewers are left wondering if his calculated flirtation will save him from a prison cell or ensnare him in a different kind of trap. Turner's vulnerability: a pawn or a player. Beneath Turner's tough exterior lies a vulnerability that Sunny is keen to exploit, but the question remains, will she emerge as a pawn in his game or a player in her own right? Her ambition to take down Sunny is clear, yet her responses to his overtures suggest an internal struggle, a pull between duty and the allure of his enigmatic persona. Sunny, fresh from the emotional wreckage with Natalia, treads carefully, aware that pushing too hard could backfire spectacularly. But keeping Turner distracted might just be the key to dodging the legal noose tightening around him. Picture Turner at home after a long day, poring over case files on Sunny, her desk littered with notes and evidence, when a sudden memory of their banter at the baseball game creeps in, unsettling her focus. A new element could be a dead maybe she finds an old journal entry from her early career, reflecting on a past case where personal feelings clouded her judgment. A warning from her younger self she can't ignore. This internal conflict adds depth to Turner's character, showing her as more than a relentless prosecutor but as a woman grappling with temptation. As Sunny ramps up his charm offensive, perhaps inviting her to a high-profile event as a peace offering, Turner's resolve wavers, setting the stage for a pivotal decision. Will she maintain her professional edge, or will Sunny's magnetism pull her into uncharted territory? The stakes of distraction and deception. Sunny's strategy hinges on a delicate balance. He distract Turner just enough to steer her attention away from his shadowy dealings without letting the flirtation spiral into something he can't control. If he can keep her off-center, preoccupied with deciphering his intentions rather than building her case, he might just charm his way out of a potential conviction. But this is no simple seduction. It's a high-wire act where one misstep could send everything crashing down, exposing his vulnerabilities to a woman who could wield them as a weapon. Imagine a clandestine moment where Sunny, under the guise of a late-night business meeting, shares a fabricated tale of personal hardship with Turner, designed to elicit sympathy. A fresh detail might emerge. Perhaps he mentions a fictitious family heirloom lost to past mistakes, a story that tugs at her heartstrings while subtly shifting her focus from evidence to emotion. Meanwhile, Turner, sensing the manipulation, might counter with probing questions disguised as concern, hoping to catch him in a lie. This intricate dance of deception and distraction keeps the tension alive, as both characters navigate a battlefield of words and hidden agendas. For Sunny, every smile and shared glance is a calculated risk, one that could either secure his freedom or seal his fate. Thank you for joining us on this captivating journey through the latest General Hospital spoilers. The seductive showdown between Sunny Corinthos and Ada Justine Turner is poised to deliver twists, tension, and tantalizing games of deception. From flirtatious beginnings at the baseball game to a deeper battle of wits and charm, this storyline explores the blurred lines between personal attraction and professional ambition. Stay tuned for more updates on whether Sunny can outmaneuver Turner or if she'll turn the tables on him, and share your predictions in the comments below.